Hello everyone, this is Melissa with Enchanted Emerald bringing you a reading here to discuss what the next year has in store for us. So what is in store for us for 2023? So there are some major themes that are going to be coming in for us, and first and foremost I will mention that I feel an overall collective hesitation entering the new year, right? Like going into the new year, I feel like the novelty of a new year has worn off. And with that, I just feel like I'm reminded of that song, like the lyrics to that song. It's like F 2020, right? Like everybody just gets like a little apprehensive now when a new year comes in, because I feel like the last few years have just, been a little bit rough for us. And so coming into this new year, I would just like to tell everybody that, to preface this, there is really beautiful things, great things available to all of us if we're willing to put ourselves out there for that. So I feel like overall, this is really going to bring up a lot of shadow work for people. I feel like this is going to be a time to move into a lot of creative type energy, right? Really freeing ourselves from a lot of obstacles, be it emotional, physical, financial, like all the things. I just feel like this is really moving into an energy of practicality, right? And really taking us to a space where compensating for things or, relying on others for certain things in our lives or to get through certain things in our lives, it's just not going to work anymore. Like we need to really ante up in terms of our own emotional wellness, our own well-being, right? We really need to take responsibility and accountability for that. So, I really feel, and funny, because when you break down numerologically speaking, 2023 breaks down into a 7, but Spirit showed me a 2. So I feel like this is really going to be a lot about bringing things back into balance. Things that were once, out of balance we're going to be bringing that back into a balance, particularly finding harmony, moving into a space of balance between yourself and others, and really bringing yourself at the forefront of that and making yourself a priority with it, okay? So, but also keeping in mind that, what we're here for, our sense of purpose, our divine purpose, if you will, is what I'm feeling with that, right? And finding peace with that. So keeping ourselves open to being of service to others throughout this whole process, working as a team with others throughout this whole process while maintaining our sense of individuality, because that's the word of the year from Spirit for the collective, was individuality for us. So what we want and need as individuals is really going to be at the forefront in working through everything this year. So I think it's about keeping a genuine openness in working through all of this. So this sense of wonder and curiosity, like that of a child, really just working through everything in that nature, right? Keeping that sense of curiosity and wonder in working through all of that. Because I think that, we really have a tendency to hold on to beliefs that we've learned. We strongly hold on to things that we were brought up with and that were ingrained upon us, right, as we moved through our lives. And so I feel as though that's a form of protection for you in some way, where we hold on to those things because it's what we know, right? It's keeping us safe, it's keeping us comfortable. And so it's going to be hard to bring that wall of protection down, but that must crumble in order to create space for that new in terms of creating your own individual comfort level, right? In terms of creating your own individual beliefs, right? It's about challenging some of those beliefs that you once learned and you so strongly hold on to, and then creating new ones, right? Adopting new ones, adjusting it to meet what you feel is important to you. Okay, so adopting those beliefs and changing them into something that works for you. So I asked Spirit for themes, of course, for the year. I just kind of like to do that. And so I have 4 themes, okay, 4 words, buzzwords, if you want to say that came through for the new year. And I'm going to go through each one of them. And I pulled cards to kind of clarify what that word means. So first I'm going to go through them a little bit here with you. And then we're going to kind of really get into the meat of all of it. So the first one is purpose. Okay, so we probably could have guessed that purpose was going to come through, particularly if you have listened to the new moon in Capricorn reading. This is about our sense of purpose, right? And that, of course, was bringing that into fruition into the new year. So if you haven't listened to my new moon in Capricorn reading, please do so if you feel so inclined. That might give you a little bit of an idea, but I'm going to talk about this here. But this is really about aligning us with our true self, aligning us with our sense of purpose, why we're here, who we are at our core, and what we came here to do. It is a sense of remembering ourselves, remembering why we came here and what we came here to do. That's really what I feel with that, right? And so number 2, the second word is vision. Vision, okay? So this is really, for me, this could mean a lot of different things, but for me, I feel this more of like having the rose-colored glasses on and seeing things as you want to see them, but now kind of taking the rose tint off of them and then seeing them as they are and then working with that. And so, you know, I was given the word visionary yesterday. I feel as though moving into the new year, you have an ability to become a visionary for your life. So I'm going to expand upon that shortly. Number 3, leader. The word leader came through. We have really strong words coming in for all of us. And this is really amazing energy because all of these words, of course, then relate to all of us becoming more of a sense of an individual rather than looking at us as a whole, right? So we want to be able to express ourselves in our individuality, and by embracing these 4 concepts, this is what's going to help us. So the number 3 is the leader. So this is about embracing our confidence, right? And it's funny because some of the cards that I pulled out, we did actually get some more 8s. Now, again, back to that new moon in Capricorn reading, I had a couple of 8s come through in the tarot for that as well. So we're talking about power, we're talking about action, we're talking about strength, right? And we're really talking about our courage. And I really feel that that's where that comes in with that leader, right? Stepping into our confidence and confidently stepping into our purpose and going in that direction. So, and then number 4 is sanctuary. So for sanctuary, particularly, we can think about our sanctuary being our safe place. It can be our home. It can be our workplace. It can be our people that we surround ourselves with. But we really need to build a solid foundation of self-care to support us through this whole thing. Right? And so I really think that this is more about emotional rest, our spiritual practices, our meditation, our yoga, all the things that we do to keep ourselves running at optimal speed and at our best so that we can get through all of this. So let's talk about a little bit about each of these things. So I got 1 card for the first. The first theme is purpose. And so that card is the 8 of Pentacles. Now, coincidentally, I will say that this actually fell to the floor and I picked it up. It was actually in the reverse. So I don't necessarily feel that this is that big of a deal, but I will say that I do feel it's more to be interpreted as in the reverse. So I feel like with this 8 of Pentacles, with our purpose, we're talking about aligning to our soul's mission, due to something that is soul fulfillment, right? And so this is going to really require a lot of discipline and a lot of focus. And when we talk about our Eight of Pentacles, I really feel that this is really about when you're looking at the big picture, if you're not making progress to your larger goal, you have to really be able to sit with that and admit to yourself that, gosh, this might not be worthy of my time or my energy any longer. And so you have to kind of redirect yourself, okay? And so maybe you want to shift your focus and ask yourself, is it time to shift my focus, and get reoriented with that larger goal, and ask yourself, how can I now re-strategize to make sure that these actions that I'm taking every single day are in alignment with that larger goal? So you might really have to go back to the drawing board. And then when we talk about refocusing as well, this could be very basic, right? Keeping yourself aligned and refocused in terms of, gosh, I need to refocus myself. My thoughts have run away with themselves, and now I'm noticing this negative thought is coming back, but being really strict about not allowing yourself to get carried away with that, because when you allow yourself to focus on that thought, it just perpetuates and it gets more intense, and then it just has like negative effects overall in your energy, your mood. It can ruin like a whole time span versus, oh, hey, I noticed that that's happening. It's been like 10 or 15 seconds I've been focusing on that. I just need to shift gears, do some deep breaths. I need to go for a walk. I need to, whatever that is, to kind of break that cycle, so that you are shifting your attention adequately enough so that it is not then manifesting into your outer reality. So that's really what I'm feeling with that Eight of Pentacles. But I think in a larger scale, this could really be, hey, I have all of these connections and all of these situations in my life. Do I really then need to look at this and say, do I need to let some of these people or situations kind of fall away because they're not in alignment with my broader goal, right? And so you have to kind of ask yourself that question, and then see if it's time for you to shift your focus more to a certain area in your life, a certain environment to spend your time in, a certain support person to spend your time with, and maybe shift your focus in allowing some certain situations or people to kind of fall away to create space for new in your life. Number 2, vision. We have the Eight of Wands coming in, which is interesting. Another 8. And so with this, I really feel like this is about relaxing, okay? I feel like you might feel like everything is copacetic and that there's no problems. You're just doing your daily grind, and you're positive, you're full of positive energy, you're full of energy, you're ambitious, right? And really ready to tackle all of those goals. Maybe you started to look at things a little bit more closely, right? You've gained some clarity on things. I just get the sense with this, it's like almost as if you're looking at a situation or a problem, but like looking at it under a microscope, where you're no longer looking at things surface level. You're ready to go through things like what they say with like a fine-tooth comb. You're ready to look at all the little details of everything and really get down to business and the nitty-gritty of it all. And that is where I feel like those rose-colored glasses have come off. You're ready to get real with yourself. You're really ready to take on all of the issues that might be just kind of laying out there, right? So this could even be like subconscious stuff that's happening for you or presenting for you. You're noticing these patterns that are repeating, right, in your life, and you're ready to really tackle that and do some problem solving, right? So you're looking to find some issues and take care of them, right? You want to find solutions for that. And I feel as though things will start to resolve rather quickly once you start to tackle those things. And so I feel like, when you look at things on the surface level, things might look really good. Things might look, so to speak, quote unquote, perfect. And you're really like, but in order to be functioning smoothly or to operate smoothly, we always have to be looking to improve. And so you're just digging deep and you're really just trying to understand, is this really everything as it appears to be, right? And so I feel like it may not be perfect when you start to get down to the nitty gritty of it. And so I think that you have high hopes. This is really, to me, representative of high hopes, right? And so you are always trying to improve and strive to be better. And I feel like there's a lot of communication that can come in with that. And I feel like you're ready to take on those tasks. So this is where it comes to be a visionary, right? You have all of these things that you would like to achieve. You see yourself in a different space 6 months from now, and that's how you achieve it. And you know that that's how you achieve it. And that's a really great thing. So that's what's coming in, right? Is this ability to kind of see ourselves in a different space and know that it's going to take a lot of work to do that. And you're ready to embrace that. Number 3, we have the word leader, and of course we have the Emperor in all his glory, as he is a leader, coming right up for that. So we have the Emperor. Now I feel like this is a little bit more of an energy where someone could be resistant to change in 2023. Okay, so this is really someone coming in who's really like forceful by nature, right? Commanding the attention of others in the room, maybe commanding the energy in the room. You just come in with this air of confidence and you're just ready. You captivate your audience and you're ready to tell everybody exactly how things are going to be and how it's going to happen. And, I really feel that this could be a time next year where you are going to have to kind of put people in their place, so to speak, right? You're going to have to call some people out on stuff, and you could have to make some power moves. And, I feel like this is true to the Emperor nature. This may not be true to your nature. However, this is helping you to get back to you at your core, your individuality, okay? So I feel like when we talk about our power moves, this is not necessarily asserting power and dominance over another. This is about making your needs known and putting yourself first. This is exactly what we've been talking about needing to happen to bring things back into balance. And so I feel that's what's going to be happening for some people. And so, I feel like it's also coming from a space where you take nothing and nobody for granted. I feel like you've had to work really hard to get where you are, and you're very careful and persistent in putting in the work, okay? But I do feel that by making some of those power moves and allowing your needs to be known and putting that at the forefront of every decision that you make, it's going to really put you in a position to be chosen for, maybe a promotion or really a collaboration with somebody. I really feel it could be putting you in a place to really benefit in the long run. So this is really important for you to make sure that you're doing those things that are with action, okay? In action and really aligned with your goals and your vision for yourself, okay? And then we move into, last but not least, number 4, sanctuary. And now we had 3 cards actually come out with that one. So, and I love them all because they're just so full of like emotion. Ace of Cups, cup overflowing, right? The World, and High Priestess. So really using your intuition to get through all of that too. Because none of this can be done, of course, without any sort of a solid foundation. So a routine, structure, and really needing that to kind of mold and shape you into your sense of your individuality and bringing balance back to that. And so we're talking really here about home life. We're talking about spiritual practices, honoring your ebbs and your flows, right? And when we talk about your ebbs and your flows, like, you're going to have good days, you're going to have bad days. And so you will always need a place to kind of retreat into knowing that, gosh, this is where I feel safe. This is where I feel like is home for me. And I can be who I want to be. I can say what I need to say. And I know that there's going to be no judgment, but just nothing but overflowing, absolutely overflowing love from my support system, right? So your safe space, where is it? Is it a church? Is it your home? I mean, this could be all of them too, right? Church, home, your friends. It could be maybe going to the gym to work out some of that stress and vent to your friends, right? Like, there could be a lot of things here. So, I really think it's about being surrounded in love and having that complete sense of belonging to bring in that emotional fulfillment, though. And I really think that with this cup overflowing, it's about processing your emotions accordingly too, right? Processing them in a healthy way, but then trusting your feelings, both seen and unseen, right? What you acknowledge that's coming up, like, gosh, I feel angry, gosh, I feel sad, but then also trusting what is unseen, that feeling of, gosh, I feel called to do this. I feel like I should be doing this. I feel like I should be here. I feel like I should be, but following those little nudges from your intuition as well, because that's going to take you to places that you're supposed to be, with people you're supposed to be with, right? To kind of take you to where you're supposed to be going next on your path. And so it's really just navigating you on this journey back to self, right? And that individuality. So when we look at this, and this is really, this dynamic here within Sanctuary, you're going to see this play out probably more with Capricorn, right? And you're really going to see this play out. I feel like this is more like, I'm going to get in touch with my dreams and I'm going to strive for my dreams feeling, right? But you're going to see this play out possibly even in like family dynamics, where you could question, hey, did I perpetuate this family dynamic? Am I instrumental in this repeating, from my home life to my current home life? Like, did I bring this into my family from my home life back when I was a child? And so you're kind of looking at this and realizing, okay, what am I holding on to? Why is this playing out? Where can I be instrumental in the change? Because this is time for you to release all of this so that you're breaking those generational curses, so to speak. And so this is big energy for you. And so I really feel overall 2023, it's going to be a year of hard work. But I think it's going to be what I feel with this. It's just really just what Spirit's saying is the more like a spiritual walk, a sacred spiritual walk. Okay, you're going to be going down this path, and nobody can do this for you. You're going to have to do this. But I just feel as though you are going to be absolutely enthralled with it, right? Like almost captivated by it. Like you just feel compelled to walk down this path. And I feel as though as you do all of this and this journey back to your individuality, I feel that helping you to wash away things from the past. And I feel compelled to say, mistakes of the past, things of that nature, things that you deem to be mistakes or sins or, things that have happened in the past that you want to release, will help to release as you walk this path this year. And I feel like, I hear this song, it's actually a Kanye song, and it's Jesus Walks, but really this is attesting, I think, more to us being at war with ourself, right? It's all these internal conflicts, the should-haves, the would-haves, the could-haves, really stepping into letting go of all of our regrets and starting to live our life to the fullest while we're still here. So it's a great journey that we're all on here. And as always, I'm here to support you through that. So I hope that you found this reading beneficial for 2023, and I can't wait to see what it has in store for all of us. And thank you so much for tuning in this evening, and if you feel inclined to share this with a friend, I would so appreciate it. As always, if you're interested in your own personal reading, I'd love to be able to do that for you. You can email me at enchantedemeraldny@gmail.com. You can message me in the messenger on Facebook on my business page, Enchanted Emerald, or you can simply book a session with me at the Square site in the description box below here on YouTube, or pinned at the top of my page on the Enchanted Emerald Facebook. Thank you so much, and I can't wait to bring you another reading. Take care.